Today's daf is daf Chav Zayin. We're going to begin on daf Chav Vavam base on the bottom Tashma. Tashma, we're trying to bring different rayas when you have nechasim she'en l'machrayis, when nechasim she'esh l'machrayis, if it needs to be skukim or not, if it needs to be tzivunim or not. Tashma, come and bring a proof from the following Mishnah. Ma'aseh Rabbi Gamliel's kainim she'yibay mesfina. There was a story involving Rabbi Gamliel and the elders who were traveling on a ship. And Amar Lahem Rabbi Gamliel's kainim, so Rabbi Gamliel was worried that people in his house are going to eat food that Ma'aseh wasn't taken off. So Rabbi Gamliel told his kainim, Easter Shani Asid Lamit. He says that 1/10 of produce that I'm going to measure out and separate in the future from the produce in my fields, Nasan Le Yeshua, I'm going to give it to Yeshua, who was a Levi, became in Muskale, in the place of the Ma'aseh rented to him so that he can acquire the Ma'aseh by means of the land. Another 10th I will measure out in the future and give it to Akiva ben Yosef, so that he will acquire it on behalf of the Aniyim, and its place is rented for him. Now, what is the where I want to bring from this story? So we can learn from here that we require have a talplin needs to be piled on the nechasim on the ground, as Rabbi Gamliel emphasized its place. So the Gemara says the Hashani Hasam, it's different there. As Rabbi Gamliel did so, ki heichen deloi lat chino. He did this so that not to trouble the Chachamim to whom he was giving the Ma'aseh by forcing them to transfer the Ma'aseh to another location. So basically, for reasons of convenience, he transferred to the other Chachamim ownership of the land where the Ma'aseh was already suited. Okay, now the Gemara says, Tashma, I'm bringing another item. There are two types of documents. Acquire this field for so-and-so and write the document for him as proof of the sale of the field. So the halacha is chezer b'shtar, he can retract his agreement with regards to the document. In the chezer b'sada, now he can change his mind and tell them not to write the document, but he cannot retract his argument with regard to the field as the buyer has already acquired it. Now, if he says, if he says, on the condition that you write for me a document, so if the document has not been given yet, he can retract both with regard to the document in regard to the field, as he transfers the field to him only on the condition that he writes the document. There are three types of documents today. How the third two, as you said. The third one is in Kodam Mecher because of the if the seller first wrote him the document, as the seller can write the bill of sale before the transaction and gives it to him when he receives the payment. And this is like we learned in the Mishnah. A sefer may write a deed of sale for the seller of property request one, even if the purchaser is not with him when he presents his request. Once the buyer takes possession of the land from him, the document is acquired by the buyer wherever it is, even if it's not in the possession of the buyer. Now, we see from here that we're not required that the property be piled on it, as in this case, the document is acquired by means of the land wherever the document is located. So the Maya says, no, it can't, it rejects the proof, because a document is different, as it's the bridle of the land. Since the document that refers to the land is the means by which one takes possession of the land, it's considered as though the document is part of the land. Therefore, one can take possession of the document by means of the land without actually having it to be placed there. The same is not necessarily by metaltalin, which does not refer specifically to the land. But we learned Zushishanino, because we're starting Chazaka. Shramina living in Tzavut. It says clearly that you don't need it. Shramina, the Gemara says, Taki can learn from here. Do require that one sells metaltalin by means of land, say specifically that this is his intention or not. Tashma, the Gemara says, come and bring a raya. They tell you, call hani. It taught all these halachas by acquiring metaltalin through land. Like Tani Aga, but it did not teach the expression by means of, which is mashma that it's not necessary to specify this aspect of the acquisition. So the Gemara asks, based on your reasoning, Kani Miktani, Based on this, on your reasoning, is it taught that he must say acquire it? The Brisa did not state this, and yet everyone agrees that the seller must say to him that he should acquire the field. Rather, one must say that the acquisition is not effective unless he says acquire. And yet the time is not even necessary to mention the requirement. Here too, the acquisition is not effective unless he says by means of. Where it says, we do not require that the property be piled on the land. But we require that the seller say that he's transferring the movable property. It means that the land, and he must say acquire it. He has to shout, the seller wishes to give a field in the form of a sale and with a movable property as a gift. What's the halacha? So what do we see from this story? That even if the field is rented, which is equivalent to sale, and the meiser is given as a gift, one can transfer the two together. If one wishes to give a field to one person and movable property to another, what's the halacha? When a person transfers movable property to one person by means of the land that is going to be gifted to another, one-tenth of that which I will measure out in the future is given to Akiva ben Jesus, that he will acquire on behalf of the poor, and his place is rented to him. Although the gift for the poor and place is rented to the Akiva, the acquisition is effective. Where it says, no, my muskul and meiser. What does it mean rented? It means rented for meiser. The land is not rented to the Akiva for his own use, but so that he can use it to receive the meiser. Therefore, the land was given to the poor. By saying, if you want to say, Rabbi Akiva, the Yad Aniyim Haver. Rabbi Akiva, he was like a charity collector. Therefore, he was considered like the hand of the poor. Since a person who collects tzedakah on behalf of the poor, is the status of the poor person himself. If so, he cannot be compared in a case which one transfers a certain item to one person and land to someone else. They only taught this when he gives all the money for the land and the movable property. If he did not give the money for all the property, like Esav, requires only the movable property corresponding to the money that he paid. Tanya Kava say that the rights like the power of money is greater than the power of documents in one way. The power of money is greater, is that money can be used to redeem property, and the Ma'aser Sheni, which is not the case of the document. And we often get star could use as a get, because of money can't. And the power of each one is greater than the chazaka. Every both can be acquired by everything, be acquired by every. Person sold Now, why is the chazaka so great? As with regard to chazaka, if one sold another 10 fields, 10 countries, once the buyer takes possession of the field, he acquires all of them. That's one of them. When there's a supply, should not to make kulan. He gave all the money of the land. But if you don't give him all the money of all of it, he acquires only the land corresponding to the money that he paid. This is a proof to Shmuel, who says if a person sold another 10 fields, 10 countries, once he takes possession of one of them, he acquires all of them. You should know, if he handed him 10 animals with one officer and said to him, acquire them, doesn't he acquire all of them? In this case too, they are considered like one field. Or maybe dummy, how can you compare the two? Awesome, there it's bound, the bridle that joins the animal, it's in his hand. Any good to be other. Here, in the case of the 10 fields, is bound, it's not in his hand. You can have other people say, tell you that the lake you should know, he's not acquired the fields by taking possession of one of them. If one passed to him 10 animals, one bridle, and said to him, acquire this one, does he acquire all of them? Same applies here. When he takes possession of only one field, it's as though he said to him, acquire this one, and therefore he does not acquire the other fields in this manner. So our next argument, meet the can you compare the two Hasim, Kufim, Chalakim. There, the animals are separate entities. Therefore, when he says to them, acquire this one, there's no reason why the other animals should be acquired. Here, the mass of the earth is one. He acquires one plot of land, he acquires the plot of everything. The Mishnah says, it says on the legal dispute involving both land and movable property, the defendant makes a mixes with regards to metaltalin, so now rendering himself obligated to take an oath, denying any responsibility of the remaining property. So the movable property, the Mishnah said, binds the property that serves as a guarantee. In other words, the land, so that he is forced to take a shvuah concerning the land as well, despite the fact that one is generally not obligated to take an oath on for a claim involving land. Amrol says, how do you know that Gilul Shvuah works? If one is required to take an oath for one claim, the other party can obligate him to take an oath with regard to another claim, which on their own will not lead to a shvuah. As a sufficient number of Amin. Hey, listen, Seita, the woman says Amin. Tonight within the Mishnah, Amahi Emers Amin. Why did she say Amin twice? Amin Allah Amin Allah Shvuah Amin Imish Zeh Amin Imish Achar Amin Shleisati Sedison Sun Mishavasi Amin. She says that Amin, she did not Amin to the curse. Amin that she didn't have adultery with this man, she didn't have another man. Amin, she didn't stray with when she was a rusa or not. Amin, she nor as a widow. All these things we see Gilul Shvuah. So we're analyzed higher rusa echidan. What are the circumstances of that rusa? If you say that he warned her when he warned her not to seclude with her with a particular man when they're just engaged. And he gives her the mayim avadim to drink when she is just engaged. But now we learn in the Mishnah, she doesn't. On Arusa, Shemarasha does not drink or take the my time at Allah, the kind like Shiarusa. Rather, we must say that he warned her when she was Mukadeshas. He warned her when she was Mukadeshas not to seclude with this particular man. It is to look Shiarusa, and she took and secluded when they were engaged. And he gave her to drink when she was married. When says me, what kind of mind does the water work? In my big state. And in my big it only works when, since he suspected her of improperty when she was Mukadeshas and warned her of a particular man, and she secluded herself with that man regardless of the warning, he was not allowed to engage with bia with her. If he did so, then he's a sinner, therefore the water will not take effect. If so, it's impossible for an arusa to be examined as a seita. You must say that this is through Gilul Shvuah. Though the husband cannot force her to take a shvuah only with regards to her behavior, for they were married, since she takes an oath with regards to her behavior during the marriage, now you can extend it beside Gilul Shvuah. So the Gemara says, okay, we'll do this tomorrow.